shooters are here in the finals because they're both on the Korean B team, which is not slated to go to the Olympic test event next week. But here we go with the Recurve bronze medal match for the women, featuring USA and Mexico.
Just remember, 3 archers per team this morning. Each shoots twice in each set, so that's 6 arrows per set, with 2 points going to the team that wins a set. If the team's tied, they split the set and each receives 1 point. First team to reach 5 total points or more wins the match, and of course they'll be shooting from 70 meters at a target face 122 centimeters in diameter. The 10 ring is even smaller. First out onto the field this morning, the team from Mexico, which qualified 6th this week here in Medellin, Colombia. Mexico defeating Brazil 6-2 in the 1/8 round, 5-3 over China in the quarterfinals before losing 6-2 to Chinese Taipei. In the middle, Aida Roman, 27 years of age. On the left, Karla Hinojosa. And on your right is the 20-year-old Alejandra Valencia. A lot of firepower out there.
Yeah, all 3 of these shooters have shown their strengths in the past, especially at the previous Pan Am Games that we had just this past summer. And these girls are here to really bring their A game and come away with a medal.
Now coming out of the tunnel, led by Khatuna Lorig, is the team from the United States. The USA had a good week, blanking Japan 6-0 in the quarterfinals before getting shut out 6-0 by Korea. So the USA, which will be on target number 1, led by Khatuna Lorig. Khatuna, of course, 41 years of age, still going very, very strong, ranked 6th in the world. And of course has represented 3 different countries in 5 Olympiads, now shooting for the United States. As the trio from the USA lines up, on your left, Mackenzie Brown out of Flint, Texas. This is Ariel Gibilaro, 21 years of age, ranked 89th in the world. And on the right, of course, is Khatuna Lorig, who just keeps going and going and going and going. She's remarkable.
I hope I shoot like that when I'm that age, because it's just amazing to see her still here, still competing.
Tremendous physical fitness buff, Khatuna Lorig, as the teams now get set to open play here. Should be a classic battle between the 2 great countries. The USA qualifying 5th this week. Of course, at stage 1 in Shanghai, it was the United States beating Japan, Lenola Pritchard, Ariel Gibilaro, and Khatuna Lorig, winning the bronze medal that day in China. In Antalya and Konialty Beach, it was China defeating Chinese Taipei. And in Poland last month, in Wrocław, it was China defeating Italy 6-2. So here we go, USA and Mexico in the women's bronze medal match, and Alejandra Valencia to get the party started. And she sets the bar pretty high.
That was a very good shot. It had nice timing, it had nice rhythm, and it was a very confident shot, and I'm not surprised that's a 10.
Karla Hinojosa, 20 years of age, team silver medalist this summer at the World Youth Championships in Yankton, South Dakota.
And that's an 8-star, and for the people who have just joined us and don't know the rules very well, these archers are shooting at 70 meters, and the reason why that 8 has a star beside it is because it's close to a line, and we call the arrow out until we get verification that the arrow is touching the line. If it is touching the line, then they get the higher score. So Mexico potentially has a 10-8-8 or a 10-9-8, depending on what happens when the judges score those arrows when they get downrange.
No doubt about Aida's shot. Aida Roman in the red zone with her first shot of the day. Gibilaro also in the red zone as well as she starts off for the United States. And that brings up Khatuna Lorig. Khatuna, who coached Jennifer Lawrence for the Hunger Games, with a 7 leaked out into the 7 ring.
She looks really confused with that shot too, and you can hear their coach saying there's no wind, so depending on which way the practice field was facing, it could determine how their bows or their arrows are reacting on this field. So far right now, we've got 24 points for U.S., potentially 26 or 27 points for Mexico. And whoever shoots the highest score out of these 6 arrows will win the set and give them 2 set points in a race to 5 set points. That looks like a high 7, just out of camera range, but there it is.
Valencia, the team silver medalist in Poland in 2014, has been to several World Cup finals. Was 4th in Paris, 5th in Tokyo, 5th in Istanbul at the World Cup finals. And she's followed up by an 8 by Hinojosa.
There's a lot of up and down variability on the Mexican side, so they've just got to shoot their shot a little bit stronger and just have a little bit more confidence and keep that bow arm still when they make their shots. And that's an 8, a little high of where it should be.
Nice strong shot.
So a pair of 8s for Aida Roman to start off in this first set. Ariel Gibilaro of the United States, ranked 89th in the world. Still out in the red rings.
And that's a 7 for Ariel. She's got a very good group out to the left, so I'd expect her to be moving her sight. Once she goes, there she goes, she's moving her sight. And Khatuna's shot out to the right.
So I was going to say the USA still had a chance, and they do have a chance right now, splitting, but they'll need a 10 from Mackenzie Brown.
They need a 10 to tie. That's exactly right, to get 1 set point. But right now, Ariel hanging out left, Khatuna hanging out right. Let's see if Mackenzie keeps it in the middle. That's a 9. Unfortunately, not enough to tie the set, and Mexico takes the first set 2 points to nothing, 49 to 48.
Mackenzie Brown averaging right around 8.8 points per arrow, comes up with a 9. Had the United States been able to come up with a few better shots, perhaps could have taken that first set, but this is where you've got to keep the spirits up. It's early on in this match, and as we've seen many, many times before, teams definitely can and do come back. So Mackenzie Brown, Khatuna Lorig, Ariel Gibilaro making the adjustments. Meanwhile, on the Mexican side, Aida Roman, Alejandra Valencia, and Karla Hinojosa off to a good start. Here in Medellin on a morning and on a day, I know 90 degrees Fahrenheit is what they're predicting. Converts to Celsius?
About 25 degrees Celsius, I would estimate. I have to do the math and everything, or put it into my app on my phone.
Of course, you and I have seen this before down here, Crispin. The weather can change drastically from the start of the day to the end of the day. We may very well see clouds and rain before this is all said and
Let's
done.
get some wood and knock on it, because we don't want that to happen to the archers. This is a great day to shoot, and the archers just want to have the perfect conditions to shoot and get their high scores here and win those medals. And having those external factors affecting your performance is just sometimes just not fair. We want to see that. We want to see good weather all day long and good shooting all day long as well.
Right now, the wind, not much of a factor downrange. We're set up in our broadcast position closer to the targets than we are to the shooting line, and the windsocks down here not really blown by the wind at this moment.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of wind coming into the field of play, but there are a line of trees going down the left side of the field that starts at about 40 meters and continues all the way down to the target. And the archers are also shielded by the stands that you can see on the left. So they shouldn't be feeling any wind if it's coming in from the left.
So Gibilaro will start off the second set for the United States. The Americans trailing 2-0. Gibilaro.
See if she's made that adjustment to bring her arrows over to the right, stop shooting on the left.
She did win a team bronze medal this year in Shanghai with
9-5, lower left, just
a good performance in China, and apparently has made an adjustment. Shoots a 9. Now Khatuna Lorig.
Still out to the right. It's interesting. She's got to get on that sight and start moving it, because that's costly at this point in the match.
And here is Mackenzie Brown, who won a team bronze medal last month in Poland at stage 3 in Wrocław. So a pair of 7s for the United States to open up the second set. Alejandra Valencia. The bronze medalist from the 2011 World Championship starts off the second set with a 9 for Mexico. Hinojosa, a bronze medalist at the Pan Ams in Toronto this summer, won a team silver medal there as well. And Mexico shooting well. Aida Roman. Let's see if she's adjusted from that first set. I'd say so.
Yep, that's a good shot.
Go for it. Nice strong shots.
I'm just watching the American women right now and comparing to what I know the American men do. And the women seem to not talk to each other as much as the men do. The men usually tell each other where to aim, where they were aiming, what the wind is doing while they're at full draw. And I'm not seeing that in the women. They are coming off the line and discussing it, but you can see the coach is telling them where their arrow placements are. But the men are more proactive about this and telling each other what to do. But you can see Mackenzie's she's focusing on her own thing and not telling Khatuna where to aim. And I think that was a little bit of a sigh of relief from Khatuna, saying, finally, I've got one in the middle.
Major improvement for Khatuna Lorig, who comes up with the first 10 of the day for the USA. Mackenzie Brown follows with a 9. So 51 points posted by the USA in this second set. The Americans already down 2-0 in the match. Alejandra Valencia.
That's an 8 just high. You can see the shadow is well, there was another arrow blocking the view of our arrow high. But the US can shoot 2 more 8s and still be okay.
Hinojosa taking aim and coming up with a 9.
And Aida Roman just needs to shoot a 7 to take this set. In 23 seconds, she can do that, no problem.
The 27-year-old Aida Roman ranked 3rd in the world. 81 victories during her career, going for another one here today. And Mexico does indeed take the second set. And they forge ahead 4-0 in the match.
Well, set number 2, ladies and gentlemen, Team Mexico upping.
And the USA may need to have a little conversation right now. Huddling up with their coach. But down already 4-0 in set points. First to 5 wins the match. USA did win the bronze medal in Shanghai at stage 1 back in May, defeating Japan that day. Gibilaro was part of that team, so was Khatuna Lorig and Lenola Pritchard, so they know how to get the job done. Of course, Mexico does too.
Yeah, the U.S. has a really good pool of women to choose from for this year, and it's been great to see that they've got this depth of field coming up to an Olympic year. Mexico has always been strong, and they've had Korean coaches, they've had Mexican coaches, they still have Korean coaches right now, and they're a very strong archery powerhouse on the international scene.
So on this colorful field of play, as we look up the hillside, that's to the west side of Medellin as you look up at the barrios. Beautiful views everywhere you look in this amazing city here in the Apure Valley. Right now, the only view for Khatuna Lorig and her teammates is that target 70 meters downrange.
And they must win this next set to stay alive. If they tie with Mexico, then Mexico will take it 5 set points to 1.
So here's Gibilaro, who has 7 wins during her career, to her credit.
Good.
Starts off strong.
Just a little bit high. 12 o'clock. Like inch above 10. Nice strong shot.
Now Khatuna Lorig, who owns the only 10 so far for the United States through the first 2 sets.
Good.
That's an 8 low.
6 o'clock. A little bit low. Just a little bit out of 9.
Getting the feedback from their coach. And now Mackenzie Brown.
Good shot.
That looked like a very solid shot.
Solid shot. Bonita.
Good job.
Beautiful shot by Mackenzie Brown.
See if that builds momentum for the U.S. coming into the final 3 arrows of this set.
Of course, Mackenzie went up against Alejandra Valencia in the gold medal match at the Arizona Cup and came away the victor then. Alejandra trying to get some payback.
Muy bien. Brazo firme, tiro completo. Pura forma.
Good look at Karla Hinojosa.
And the Mexican coach is telling her exactly the things that archers should be focusing on. He's telling her to focus on her form just to complete her shot. And that's what the archers need to focus on while they're on that field of play. Because focusing on the result down at the target isn't going to help your shooting very much. He's telling Aida to be strong to finish the shot. And that's what's going to make these shots much better than if the archers were just focused on shooting 10s. This is a little bit of a slower shot. She's a little hung up on the clicker, and he's telling her to grow. That's a very, very long shot.
Vamos, Aida.
There we go.
A late release, and where did that end up?
It's a 2.
This could change things.
You can't really expect very much when you hold a shot for 10 seconds. When you're holding that amount of bow weight for that long period of time, your finesse and your control goes away.
Good job, 10.
The United States cashes in and capitalizes. Gibilaro. Now it's back-to-back 10s for the USA, which appears to be on its way, dare I say, to taking this set and keeping the match alive.
Good job. Slightly high.
Another strong shot.
9.5. One more. Good strong shot.
And right now, USA has pretty much clinched this set because even if Mexico shoots 30 points, they'll only come out with 50. And that's a 55 for USA. So these shots right now are just to be for Mexico to get their shot back, and hopefully Aida Roman gets her timing back.
A shocking shot by Aida Roman as Mexico will try to finish this up strong and gain or regain momentum heading to the fourth set.
And this becomes a little bit of a question for the last archer because she's going to be very tight on time. Aida's going to be very tight on time. It's not that bad of a tight timing situation, but does she really take that last shot and sacrifice potentially a high-scoring arrow if she shoots after time? But she's got 5 seconds to shoot this shot.
And the quick release. And she seemed to be in no particular hurry to get that off. I think she's a little bit upset with herself right now and trying to regain her composure.
Yeah, that's a very big brain fart, I would say, on the part of Aida because she doesn't usually do that. I've shot practice with her and I've shot on lots of fields with her, and her shot usually takes about 2 or 3 seconds under the clicker. On that shot, with it taking 10 seconds under the clicker, you lose a lot of the stability that you should have when your shot goes off. So that was just a minor blip from Aida Roman, but USA winning this set, giving them 2 set points, and Mexico's lead is now just cut down to 2. It's still a do-or-die situation for Team USA. They need to win this next set in order to stay alive and force a shoot-off. But Mexico can tie and win the bronze medal, but we'll see what happens if Aida Roman can come back from this. And that's what makes a strong archer, is whether or not you can bounce back from something as horrific as doing this in a finals field and be able to shoot back in the gold where you need to be.
Well, we'll see if it is just a blip on the radar screen for Mexico or if it is a turning point in this match. It's yet to be determined. Aida Roman, one of the most mentally strong archers that I've seen out here on the World Cup Tour. I would be surprised if she doesn't regain her composure and get her mind focused on what's to come instead of what's happened in the past.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there that Aida has one of the best mental games on the field of play. And so I think what we're rating right now is just for arrows. The coach is yelling for arrows. Back to Aida Roman. What I expect would have happened is that after that shot, she would have just turned to herself and had her moment to be angry at herself or be angry or whatever, and then come back and reframe the whole thing and start all over again to say, this is what my shot is supposed to be like. This is what I need to do. This is going to be me. I'm going to make this shot. And that's what happened on that last shot. Even though she was pressed for time, it was still a very good, quick, solid shot. And that's the Aida Roman we're used to seeing. So I think that when she comes back onto the shooting line, you're going to see the regular, usual Aida Roman.
The one that won a silver medal in London at the Olympic Games.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. And won the gold medal in Lausanne last fall at the World Cup Finals. Also won a gold medal at Nîmes in 2014 in the Indoor World Championships. She's captured a total of 11 medals since 2011. One of the outstanding archers in the world. But now we'll see how she responds after shooting a 2 that opened the door for the USA to pick up that third set. Mexico now leading 4-2, and the USA still trailing. Will start off on target number 1. Ariel Gibilaro, 21 years old.
To the right, so consider target.
As we mentioned, the team bronze medalist from Shanghai at the start of this 2015 outdoor season starts off with a 9. Good start for the USA. She's gotten stronger as the match has gone on.
I think, yeah, Ariel is a very good, consistent shooter as well. I've seen her at Junior World Championships and at senior events. And for her to start off on the team is kind of one of those positions where your other teammates are relying on you. So it shows that they have a lot of trust in her shot, because she needs to be able to put an arrow down range and tell her team that that was a good shot. I was aiming here. You should do the same. Or tell her team where to aim if there is a wind. So that's a lot of confidence that they've got in her, and it's a very good job for her and her shooting.
9-9-9 by Mackenzie Brown, Khatuna, Lorig, and Gibilaro. So now Mexico, with Alejandra Valencia leading off, starts off with an 8, behind the 8 ball already.
Pura forma, Karla, pura forma, fuerte.
The coach again is just saying your form, just do your form.
Karla Hinojosa, who has 9 wins during her career. Excellent shot. Excelente.
Fluye con ritmo.
Now all eyes on Aida Roman.
She's not going to make that mistake again. There you go.
Quick release,
8+8.
but it's in the red ring.
You're good, you're good. Perfect.
So Mexico trailing by 1 midway through this 4th set.
In front of the scope.
United States fighting to stay alive, trying to get to a 5th set. Gibilaro.
A little bit of a long hold for her. Still a good shot. It's grouping right beside her first shot.
7 o'clock.
After searching a little bit on the opening shots of the match, Gibilaro's become very consistent. Now Khatuna Lorig.
Good shot, 9-2.
And the 5-time Olympian comes up with another 9.
The 5th 9.
Finish strong. One more. Plenty of time.
In honor of her 5 Olympiads.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Brown.
Good shot.
It's a 9.
Just out of 10. All
So
good.
Puts it
Mexico
downtown.
needs to shoot a 10-10-9 here. Or sorry,
Nice strong finish. Excellent.
10-9-9 in order to win this match. 28 points will win.
Valencia
Bien.
That's an-
9.5 en las dos.
out in the suburbs.
No, that's a 9, just straight high.
Buena forma, Karla. Fuerte.
10 and a 9 will win.
Hinojosa averaging 8.7 per shot.
9.9.
9.
Puts up the 9, and now Aida Roman, who shot a 2 just moments ago in the 3rd set,
Fuerte y firme.
can finish this off.
If they shoot 9, they lost.
9.
9.
And
Could
so,
not put it right in the middle of the target. If she had, it'd be over. Came close, though.
and here we go, the first match of the day and our first tiebreak of the day. It's been a while since I've seen that happen. But the
So-
rules for the tiebreak, unofficially right now it's a tiebreak, but we're pretty sure 99.9% this is a tie. And the U.S. has fought back. You can see one of their coaches telling them to be strong and shoot those shots. The format for the tiebreak is that each archer is going to shoot 1 arrow for the team. They'll have 60 seconds to do so. and the team with a higher score out of those 3 arrows will win the match. If the score is still tied, then the arrow closest to the center, the team with the arrow closest to the center, will win the match. If that is still tied, they go to the 2nd arrow, and if that is still tied, they go to the 3rd arrow. I have only ever seen that happen once in my lifetime, that they went to the 3rd arrow, and that was in Poland at the last World
Stage 3,
Cup.
yes.
Exactly. So we'll see if that happens again. I'm highly doubtful that it will happen again, but it's not impossible.
The odds are rather long against that happening, but we shall see as we go to the shoot-off. Mexico and the United States. Mexico qualifying 6th this week, and the USA qualifying 5th. So it's number 5 against number 6. 2 evenly matched teams. Mexico taking the first 2 sets, jumping out to a 4-0 lead. Aida Roman posted a 2 in the 3rd set, opening the door for the United States to come back and make it a 4-2 match. And then the United States shooting 9s straight across the board. 6 9s in that 4th set. And the United States outscoring Mexico 54-53 to take the 4th set and force this shoot-off. So here we go, Alejandra Valencia, who has won 6 shoot-offs that she's been in individually. So she has experience, but puts up an 8. Not the start Mexico is looking for. Over to the USA.
We can hear the American coach telling Ariel to do a nice, strong shot. Again, it's exactly what you need to focus on. Do your shot. Don't worry about where the arrow is going to land. Just do your shot.
Gibilaro right down the middle.
That is going to be very hard to beat if they tie and score. It's about a centimeter away from dead center.
Gibilaro's been in 2 tiebreakers and has won both of those. Now Hinojosa. He didn't appear to be all that pleased with the shot when she released.
No, she looked like she was searching for that, so she didn't exactly know how that shot was going to turn out. So she was looking for that arrow to find out exactly where it was headed.
Can Khatuna keep Mexico at bay?
Good.
Solid 9.
Good enough.
Very nice. Like 9.3.
Aida Roman, who had the chance to finish this match off if she could have shot a 10 in that 4th set, came up with a 9. Here we are in the shoot-off. And I'm not sure we're looking at the correct target right now.
That's an 8. She shot an 8.
Yes, there we go.
The camera was still focused on the American target.
So Mackenzie Brown
needs to do her regular shot. 7 to win.
9.
9.
9, and there it is. The comeback is complete. The USA coming from 4 down to win the shoot-off. And the big shot in that shoot-off coming from the 21-year-old Ariel Gibilaro.
Yeah, that was a very good shot. I mean, all the American girls shot really well in that tiebreak. Coming back from behind, it was 4-0 at one point in this match, and now they just won the thing with 5 set points to 4. And in a shoot-off, I mean, that's going out in style. And good shooting from Mexico for sure. It's just some little hiccups led to them not winning this bronze medal. So they're going to take that away, learn from that, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see a very strong Mexican team next week in Rio de Janeiro. And I've heard that the United States is going to be taking a different set of girls down to Rio, and I believe Ariel is not going to be going to Rio upon talking to